So much of this game is like understanding social media as a filmmaker. And Courtney and I last night were going over this entire marketing plan on, what to do from social media, from this feature film, and really just how to play the game as a filmmaker in 2025. So the big thing I'm focusing on today is a big social media launch, prepping all the content, starting to post it, and starting to schedule it out for the future to come. So the first thing I have to do is translate this plan into a spreadsheet. So in doing this campaign, one of the things I'm doing is restarting accounts, because from the strategies and everything I've learned is if you've built an audience that doesn't know you for what you want to be known as, you're going to actually just be fighting against yourself. So it's actually just worth the time to restart, which pains me a little bit because I have 16,000 on Instagram. I have 180,000 on TikTok. So it is a bit truly humbling to really just start again at zero. Posting on TikTok and whatnot is not particularly glamorous, but that's what you need to do. This is a piece of advice I heard from Alex Hormozy. One video he says if you're under 3 million, another video says if you're under a million. Either way, if you're under a million to 3 million a year, he's like, you need to spend 4 hours a day just reminding people you exist. And it's interesting because it really struck me as like so many artists love to make art, but they struggle with promotion. And one of the things that I'm really starting to ramp up is the amount of promotion I'm doing. The sheer quantity and volume that one needs just to make yourself known and then remind people you exist. People I have found for myself and seeing others that don't actually comprehend the amount that's needed. They're like, oh, I do one post a week or one post a day is not enough. And it's like, wow, that's a lot of work. Yes, it is. And it's something I'm going through. But it's just something to think with is like, that's what it takes to make it. That's what it takes to be successful. So I just drafted 51 TikToks. And then I literally turned to Courtney and I'm like, I don't know what to do now. And it's so funny because I wanted to keep this real for people and just really show like literally just like I felt like I went brain dead. Like, and I don't actually know what to do in terms of that social media strategy that we were like so confident about and so cohesive, like that I felt like I had such an understanding last night to then I start implementing it now. And I'm like, and I just go like completely tongue-tied, completely hands behind my back. I don't know what to do. I don't know. I thought I would just share that it happens to everybody, and especially me. So because I couldn't figure out what to do social media-wise, I'm just doing the next thing that I know I need to get done, which is building up this email list. So literally what I'm doing is just going to go through Facebook. I kind of wrote up a template little message to send people and just going through my Facebook and sending them to see if they want to join this kind of email list so I can send my films to them. So I'm building up this email list because one of the things that I've found and learned is that definitely like email is still king. It is one of the, every social media platform you're on, you need to have an email to be able to get. So I'm starting off with just friends, family, etc., people that like want to hear from me because it was very fascinating. I talked to a friend about like, oh, hey, have you seen, my short films? They're like, no, where are you posting them? I'm like, on YouTube. They're like, oh, well, you need to post on Instagram. I was like, oh. And so I realized it's like, oh, could you email? And then they're like, could you email it to me? I was like, sure. And I realized so many people are not on every single platform, which is stupid, obvious, but it's silly, but like, of course. So I wanted to double down and like be sending out emails, and I can, as a way of continuing to promote each video that I put out. And also I'm kind of just thinking about this. It's actually going to be a little secret hack, because if people get the email, there's a potentially that they'll click through and watch it right away, which will increase the percentage of people wanting to watch it, which is, we'll see if that works or not. So I just have to figure out now what email service that I'm going to use to send out these emails and send out the first email blast. Alrighty. It's like 4 o'clock and I haven't eaten yet today. but I now have a list of 350 subscribers, which is pretty cool. It's a combination of emails I've had, reaching out to people on Facebook, and different family and friends. All right, so I've now set up my new LinkedIn because the other LinkedIn was very like marketing forward and has been everything that I've done over the years up until now on the marketing side. So I wanted to really like reposition myself as a filmmaker and focus on that messaging and also connecting with people who are a lot more aligned on me as a filmmaker. It's a lot of boring, busy work, but it's the boring, busy work that, that has to get done. It's not sexy growing a business. It's not sexy. The end is sexy. And that's what everybody cares about, is not the journey. They don't particularly care. So that's partially why I enjoy making these vlogs, because it's to show the mundane but necessary actions one needs to do to be successful as an artist, as a filmmaker.